You know what I think is crazy? It's crazy narrative that's always pushed about about us, black men, about dating black men, about what black men want or will or won't do, or what we want out of life, or what we don't want. You know what I mean? Like we're good for nothing. Like we don't want anything out of life. Like we're just bombs. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't want families or marriage, or we don't even want to be successful in a way. Like we just want to be gangsters and thugs, right? Like we just want to smoke Newports and drink 40s and smoke weed and sell drugs and you know what I mean, and uneducated and not driven or motivated. You know what I mean? Like we just want to sip lean and fuck hoes, right? That's pretty much what right. That's pretty much what's pushed when it comes to us, right? I could be missing something. There's something I'm missing. Is it something I'm missing? You know what I mean? I'm trying to think if it's something that I'm missing. It's something that I'm missing. All right. So that's what I always say. You feel me? Um, I seen something the other day. Right? If you go black, you become a single mother. Right? You feel me? I seen that. Some white dude. You know, may have been a tad bit racist. Making his little comments and talking to some white brides or whatever. Right, but nobody ever talks about what happens when a black woman goes white. Okay, so if you go black, if a white woman dates a black man, she becomes a single mother, right? A single parent. I think that's better than ending up on the milk carton. I think that's better than ending up in the manhole. I I think that's better than ending up on the news. As a missing person, I think it's better than ending up deceased. Ah, right. In my opinion, if that's what you have to say, you end up black, you end up a single mother, right? It's better than ending up a victim of a violent crime. Feel me? In my opinion. So I'm just saying if we're gonna do narratives, you know what I'm saying, and we're gonna try to frame narratives and shit. You feel me? Shit, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. uh, but yeah, man, shit be crazy, man. You watching these little corny motherfuckers, man, and the shit they be saying and shit. It's crazy because most of the problems motherfuckers have with us is mainly because they jealous, right? You're jealous, right? You're jealous of me for reasons beyond my control, right? I mean, that's all I can think of, right? The coolness of my blackness. Nothing I can do about it. You know what I mean? This was heavenly. This was not something that I asked for. You feel me? But now that I have it, I went and traded. You feel me? I'm not one of them motherfuckers that'll run to the acid bath. You know what I mean? I'm not a bleacher. You feel me? I'm not a person that's mentally destroyed by Western society that I think that my blackness is a curse from the Lord, because somewhere deep, hold on, how that shit go? I can't remember that Mormon bullshit. You feel me? You know, I mean, yeah, I'm not a Bible thumper or no shit like that, but there's some Mormon bullshit out there about this. You know what I'm saying? But what up? I can't remember that shit right now, but it'll come to me, right? But yeah, I don't really get into that more all that religious shit, because that shit, like I always say, shit a cult, boy, shit a cult following, and most people use it to be to justify a lot of racist bullshit, in my opinion. But whatever. But it's not about that. We're not even gonna go. We're not even gonna get into that. But I'm just saying, yeah, man. People be always be trying to put shit on us like we're just like good for nothing motherfuckers and shit, right? Like, while completely overlooking all the shit that's going on in their own communities, right? Like, there's a high rate of homosexuality when it comes to conservative. Um, they're supposed to be conservatives, right? Christians and shit, right? But it seems like they really, you know what I mean? Because what was Trump last vice president name, right? He had like questions about his heterosexuality, right? And then you got all these YouTube dudes that be doing all of this talking, and then they got questions about their heterosexuality, right? And then you got senators and congressmen, and you got questions about their heterosexuality, right? And they're supposed to be like, you know, Bible thumping Christians, whatever they're supposed to be, and then when you dig deep into their background or into their character, they're just homosexuals, or they're map people. You feel me? And they seem to have a thing for pizza and hot dogs. You feel me? Or they seem to have a lot of questionable acts when it comes to their past, when it comes to, I don't know, when it comes to their, you know what I'm saying? I heard, now, I heard this. It might not even be true, but this is what I heard. I heard that when they have those conventions, you know what I mean, like the RNC or whatever, right? That they be crashing apps like Grindr. Because there's so many right wing Christian guys looking to link up with other guys, right? And I guess they were like, hey, pray with me, brother. uh, uh, in this parking lot, or in this Motel 6, or behind this building. After I leave my rally talking about families and Christian values. And how transgenderism and homosexuality and race mixing and all of this shit goes against God, and it's just an abomination. You feel me? After I finish talking about immigrants and anchor babies and and how blacks and immigrants and the great replacement of the white man and woman. after after we finish, you know, rap firing up our base. You feel me? They got to get on that phone and get on that grinder. And bust some firm cheeks. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's just something that I have heard. That a lot of these personalities are, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, but it's funny because these are the same people, right? They get on, they get on their podcasts, social media, um, these media outlets, and then they push negative stereotypes about blacks. All right? And I'm just like, why does everything always end up being about us? Why? What's the problem? We're just minding our business most of the time, right? Just doing black guy and black girl stuff, black man and black woman stuff. We're just minding our business, and then all of a sudden, you know what I mean? Shit be crazy, man. Can't really explain it, but yeah, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's just something that I have heard on multiple times. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of crazy, right? Oh, Mike Pence. I heard he was a fun boy back in the day. I don't know how true it is. Could be a complete fabrication and somebody trying to slander his name and his character. But that's what I heard. Same thing about Mr. Gates. Could be somebody, trying to slander his name and his character. But I don't know. You know what I mean? And then, the files had dropped, I think 3 million pages or something like that. And then, you got the Trumpster all in there, right? And then, there's underage things about, you know, the girls, as young as 13, I think, or as young as 11. Crazy. You got Mr. Elon in there. Crazy. I seen Jay-Z in there. Whoa. You already know they was gonna they always trying to slander Michael. Mr. Jackson would always be protected from slander because we already know what that was about when it comes to Mike. But yeah, shit crazy, But yeah, then you got a lot of people in there, There are a lot of stuff still, what they call it, redacted or, basically blacked out. That they don't want you to know who was doing what. You feel me? It's like the whole Wiener laptop thing, the whole Hillary thing, the Bill thing. We know Bill was there. We know how the Clintons get down. We know Bill was there. You know what I mean? We don't know nothing. We know Bill was there. You feel me? Seen cigars and the Lewinsky dress stains and shit. We know Bill. You feel me? 69 God. You feel me? I'm talking about freaky ass. You feel me? Freaky ass nigga. just crazy to me, like how long it takes for this list to come out. You feel me? I mean, I know everything about Diddy and Cassie, man, nigga. Everything about Diddy and Cassie, nigga. Diddy in jail right now. You feel me? And Cassie still out here playing victim. I'm glad Buddy decided he gonna sue her. You feel me? For sex trafficking him. You feel me? Trying to get some of them M's that she got. You feel me? Damn, Diddy gave you M's, and then you feel me? That's what happens, man. Nobody can tell you to marry a trainer, man. You know he couldn't keep up with that lifestyle like that. You know what I'm saying? Right, whatever. Shit crazy. Shit crazy. This shit crazy, man. It's like some old, it's like some WrestleMania. You feel me? This shit like WWF around here, man. E or whatever. Shit crazy, man. All this shit, this movie shit, this shit just keep, you feel me? It's like, you never know what's gonna happen around the corner, you feel me? All kind of shit just crazy. Twists and turns of it all, you feel me? But everybody who's connected, there's so much connected into this, right? Shit crazy, you know, you got spies and, you feel me? This shit like a whole movie, you feel me? What is all these agencies and you feel me? You got cover-ups, you got blackmail, you got assassination attempts, and it's just all kind of shit, man. This shit crazy. This shit crazy, man. I'm telling you, this shit is like a good fucking movie. You feel me? You need the accountant to go through it all. Oh, shit crazy. Shit crazy. You feel me? You got people getting fired from jobs for social media posts and shit. You feel me? You got shit you can't say in a free country. I mean, you're supposed to have a freedom of speech, but you got shit you can't say. But it's limited to certain topics, right? Certain topics you can't talk about, certain groups of people you can't talk about because they have a protected class or a protected status or whatever. But we don't fall under none of that because you can talk about us like a motherfucker and nothing happens, as you can see from Elon's Twitter rants. You feel me? And all the racist, what they would say, right wing, whatever, podcast or whatever, you know what I mean? Everybody just shit on black. Even the fact, shit on fact. We don't have any friends. That's the number one fact. You feel me? Even though we got all this shit going on and everybody like, bring the black people to help us and shit, even though we don't like them niggas. You feel me? Even though we're gonna firebomb them and run them out of our neighborhoods or run them out of their neighborhoods or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But right now we need their help, you know, come help us and then get the fuck on. Treat it like the help. You feel me? Yeah, well, the help. You know, all everybody screaming help. Help us, but then get the fuck on, loser. Shit crazy. But it is what it is. But I'm just saying that's, you know what I mean? But yeah, so you can do all of that. You know what I mean? You got the freedom. You got the freedoms, but certain ones, right? A couple years ago, you could run through a protest with an AR-15. You feel me? Now you're not supposed to bring guns to a protest, to a friendly protest, because if you're bringing guns and you have an ulterior motive, then you could be killed in the streets, and it could be justifiable because even though you have the right to bear arms, you don't really have the right to bear arms. Just because you have freedom of speech, you don't really have freedom of speech, so we can censor you or deplatform you or whatever whenever we feel like it. And when it comes to you bearing arms, if you bear arms around the wrong people or in the wrong situation, we can just terminate you. No questions asked, right? And then, even though everybody sees that it was like completely unnecessary and overkill at the same time, we will get on TV and we will justify it, and we will paint you as a criminal or as a domestic terrorist, right? Or as a sympathizer, or going against America, unpatriotic, right? Shit like that. I mean, shit get wild in these streets. You feel me? Shit get wild in a matter of moments. Yeah, the country crazy. Shit crazy. Shit crazy out here, man. You feel me? But I'm just thinking about everything that's going on, right? All of these rich people, they buying apps, they buying presidents, they buying congressmen, they buying mayors, because DeSantis he's been bookmarked. Check done signed on him too. In my opinion, now this is my opinion. That's not based in facts. Cause I don't know. But I'm just saying. He got a new circle. Shit that he be doing don't even make sense to me. But this is my opinion. That shit that makes sense to me. I don't know if it's facts or not. I'm just from what I see. Somebody gave that boy a big check. But I don't know. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, we got all these new laws, these new censors, these new trigger words that can get you deplatformed or censored, or that can get you labeled as a racist or as a anti whatever. You know what I mean? Shit crazy, but it is what it is. Certain groups, hey man, you're what would be called a Gentile, and these people are, you know, gods among men. You know what I'm saying? And you're just the help, a servant, and these people can do whatever they want. And you better not say anything that they don't like, or you could lose your career. Yeah, your livelihood. Maybe your life and your freedom. I don't know. Shit is crazy. Shit crazy out here in these streets. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy. This is crazy in America. You feel me? It's like you're living under a dictatorship, or what they say, we're going towards fascism. You know what I mean? First they was like, oh, people pushing socialism, and people always pushing some lism. Some kind of ism is always being pushed, right? Depending on which side you're on, you feel me? Because you're on the left or you're on the right. You feel me? But it's all the same. You feel me? You have the illusion of choice, and they give you the illusion of difference. Why am I doing this? You feel me? But it's not different. You feel me? The illusion of different. It's not different. See, the illusion part is real. Different, put that in air quotes, because it's not really different, but they're going to tell you it's different. Oh, the left is different from the right. Oh, the right is different from the left. They may have different talking points, but they all the fucking same. The agenda is always the same. That's what I always feel like. That's why I be telling motherfuckers all the time, like, no matter who is the next president, if they Democrat, if they Republican, the agenda will remain the same, because they never agree on only what they agree on. You get what I'm saying? Certain things they don't agree on, but they always come together and agree on the. You know what I mean? Look at the shit that they do agree with. You feel me? And both parties racist as hell. Nah, shit. Malcolm told you that a long time ago. So, you know what I'm saying? Shit. But whatever, man. But when shit started to hit the fan in America, like always, Once shit started to hit the fan and people started to question and people started paying attention and people started like linking up, that's not supposed to link. You're not supposed to link. If you're black, you're not supposed to link with white. And if you're white, you're not supposed to link with black. And if you're black and if you're white, you're not supposed to link with immigrants. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to link. You feel me? You're not supposed to, y'all are not supposed to come together and really start paying attention to what your government is doing. Right? Because once you start linking and people start putting aside their cultural differences and stop looking and look past color and just really just pay attention to what the fuck is going on, then these handful of people that are ruling over you with their iron fists, that are snapping their fingers and changing lives like Thanos. If you start paying attention, then they have a problem. They can't have a problem. You know, they're having a problem now because all of their little kiddie porn and all of their little bullshit is getting out, right? So they're having a problem because people are starting to find out that they're connected to all these rings, right? When it comes to these kiddie rings, they're connected to all of this shit goes up, right? This shit goes from the executive branch on down, right? And people are starting to look like, whoa, these people are disgusting. These people are monsters. And hold up, before they start putting the pieces together, hey, flood the streets with ice. Flood the streets. You feel me? Do some head turning shit. Do something that's gonna put. That's why everybody face cover. Do something in these streets that will. We're running that would change the media narratives. You know what I mean? We need to turn the page from all this Epstein bullshit, from all this Trumpster bullshit. Okay, you got it. False flags and psyops. Like, you don't pay attention to us stealing the whole president or whatever they call them in other countries and shit. You feel me? Don't pay attention to us stealing oil and money. Don't pay attention to us staging coups everywhere and dropping bombs everywhere and bringing democracy and just destroying a whole nation of people. I mean, you see what happened to Libya after that shit that got bombed and depleted, and back into slavery you go, African. You know, because the Arabs don't like you, boy. You feel me? Arabs are on the African continent, but I don't even think they consider themselves African. You feel me? It's a lot of people on the African continent that don't consider themselves African because they're not African. They're occupying African spaces in the African land. In my opinion. Now, I don't know if this is facts, but this is my opinion for what I see. You know what I'm saying? People just in Africa to rape it of its natural resources, to take and take and take and take and take. Everybody that's in Africa that's not African are takers. Right? They don't give anything to the land. Even the people that come there on their missionary trips, you feel me? They're just pedophiles. Not all of them, but you know, there's stories of people doing things, and then there's stories of people even going out being fake doctors and nurses and just practicing on, you feel me? Mortally injuring kids and babies. You know what I'm saying? Testing their medicines and, you know, using it like a petri dish. You know what I'm saying? And just injecting people with all kind of experimental drugs and shit. You know what I mean? The fake Dr. Gates. You know what I'm saying? Shit crazy, man. Here, take all of these drugs and take all of these viruses and send them over there and see how it reacts to them. See how it reacts. You know what I mean? And then we'll come with the vax. for the shit that we put over there. You know what I'm saying? All these man-made, you know what I'm saying? Man-made viruses, man-made illnesses. Um, the fact that we're gonna say that these people are uncivilized. That's right. That what it's saying. Uncivilized. We're gonna say that they're underdeveloped, and we're the one that's keeping our foots on their neck so they don't have nothing. We're the one that's raping them out of resources so they don't have nothing. And then we're gonna call them the third world because we don't stole all of their shit. I guess we stole everything. So what will we be, the first world? Wow, shit crazy how this shit work. You feel me? How are your shows supposed to be so democratic, or you know what I mean? Like they stand up or like an example of what the world should be when all you do is steal shit and kill people. When you're the reason that a lot of these people lives are all fucked up and shit. When you're the reason that that people are, their homeland or their country is underdeveloped because they're bombing it into dust, and you're contaminating the waters, and you're dropping viruses out there and shit. You know, you doing this shit to these people, and then you're gonna call them underdeveloped, and you're gonna say that they're not smart, right? When you're there destroying them, right? They're growing up in the war torn, and it's because of you, and because of us, I would say, this country, and then we're gonna say that they're underdeveloped when we're going out of our way to make sure they never develop. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy how the narrative is. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit, but it's the way of the world, right? It's the way of the world. And then if you notice, all of these countries that we call underdeveloped, are they all, their demographic is always the same? All these countries where we say, oh, the people that have low IQ, the demographic is the same, right? And you know, and you would think these countries are resource rich countries, but the people of those countries have nothing, right? And then when bringing democracy, like we always put there a West friendly president that's willing to sell off or give access to all of their resources and coastlines for pennies on the dollar, and the people get nothing out of it but um, the West friendly figurehead that's there. You know, his family is rich as hell. He gets something, they get something out of it, but the people get nothing. Ah, you know, I kind of fucked that up, but you know what I mean. Shit, crazy, man. But yeah, y'all know what to do.